Hi guys, today we are talking about maggots. I hope it's not too noisy around here. We need to be outside in terms of how we're going to work. Fishing with maggots has increased dramatically over the last year, and both in match, feeder and bank angling. The guys have increasingly fished with maggots. So I'm going to show you how to clean the maggots, how to get them ready, and how to get them dead. So this is what we need. I have the maggots. As you get them from the supplier, they can either be in bags or they can be in a little bucket like this. So I've got some maggots. It's got a little bit of either bran or normal ground bait or something to get them clean. I've got a Tupperware holder that we will put the dead maggots in. It must be able to seal. We're going to put that in the fridge. I've got a container where I am going to kill them in to make them dead maggots. I've got cold water, I've got hot water, I've got a container and a maggot riddle. Maggot riddle is quite important. Okay, so let's go through the process. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do, we are going to riddle the maggots to get it free from whatever substance it is in. This is ground bait or bran, and we are going to clean them from that. So let's go over to the garden. Don't do this in the kitchen. Okay, you need the container close by, you need the riddle, and you need the maggots. So I'm going to put it through here quite fast, and then I'm going to put it in the container. Okay, so what we've done, I've just basically rid the maggots from all the bran or the ground bait or the meal or whatever it is in, and now it's laying on the riddle, and it's slowly starting to go through. So if we can come in here and you can see them wriggling. Now what is important is that while they're still cold, they are not that active. So I'm going to put them in the sun so that they become more active and crawl a little bit faster. Now you'll see them getting a bit of life, and it's important. We're going to put them through the riddle a couple of times, and we want them nice and active. What you'll see here is that there's two different sizes. There's the bigger tiger maggots, and then there's the smaller pinkies. I've got them both together in the same riddle, but what I'm going to do, I'm basically going to pick out the tigers. Okay, I'm just letting them go through a second time to make sure that they are nice and clean, and that there's not a lot of old skins and dead maggots and things like that. You want them nice, alive and fresh. Okay, now the maggots are nice and clean, and you can see what they look like. I've separated them with the riddle, the bigger ones and the smaller ones, and I am now going to put them together. I'm going to leave a small portion that I'm not going to kill, leave them alive, and the others I'm going to make dead maggots with. So I'm just going to separate them a little bit. Some of it in here and some of the small ones in there. I don't use a lot of live maggots, but sometimes it's good to have a few. If you want them alive, that's how you use them. Okay, so now I take these that I am going to kill, put them in this container, and I'm going to add cold water. Okay, so I'm just adding some cold water. So now it's cold water. What is important is that you add the hot water just a little bit at a time. You should not cook them. You should not kill them. You should not cook them. Let me show you what happens. If I take a few of these and I put the boiling water just in here. I'm going to show you the difference just now. So I'm just going to put them aside. They're going to be cooked. These we don't want cooked, we just want them dead. So I am just adding a little bit of boiling water, and I'm stirring it. I must be able to put my finger in there. Add some water, stir it. So it needs to become warmer and warmer bit by bit. Now, what I sometimes do, if my wife is not in the kitchen, is to put cold water in, and I open the hot water tap and I put a little bit in while I'm stirring it, raising the temperature just a bit by bit until I can just put my hand in. So you'll see there's still a few that is moving. Some of them are quite still and some of them are moving a bit. So you just leave them here. The water is so that I can put my hand in, but I can't keep it in for too long. But it's not boiled. I'm going to show you these. They are completely cooked and useless. They are white and rubbery. You can see that they are not flexible. They are completely cooked. No use. Don't do this. Let's see if these are dead. Nothing's moving. It looks good. Oh, there's one moving. So let's leave it in. Let's add a little bit more hot water. You must still be able to put your hand in. Okay, now I'm just going to clean the water. So I'm just decanting some of the water, especially the hot water. You don't want to do that. And then I am going to add some cold water. Just rinse it a bit. You'll see the water is a bit murky. Rinse it off. Okay, add more cold water. Now it's nice and clean. Looks much better. That's it. So now it is ready to go into your container. Now, when you go to the water, you probably don't need more than about 100 mils for a day's fishing. So you just add it in there. So I'll just add maybe so much. Add a bit of water. You put this in the fridge and you take it in your cooler box when you go fishing, and you fish it from out of the water. So you keep it submerged so that it does not dry out at all. And that's what you take to the water. I'm going to put all of it in here now, and I'm going to take it, put it in the fridge. It is important to keep it under the water. It must be submerged at all times. You can keep this in the fridge for maybe 4 weeks or more. Put them in small little containers and take about 100 ml to the water every time. And there you have it. Nice, healthy, dead maggot. And you can put 3, 4, 5 of them on the hook. It also goes well with a bit of earthworm, so a bit of worm on the hook and 2 or 3 maggots on the end. And that's it. That's what you do with maggots.